What's up, guys? This is Base Brawler, and in this video, I just wanted to do another commentary because I haven't done one in a while. Yes, I'm basically just going to be leveling up my character. So if you're not like interested in seeing me just play the same level over and over again to grind XP and resources and all that, then you don't have to watch the video. But I am going to talk about Prince Art a little bit, and why I sort of have a distaste for him in terms of his character. So when I first played Power Level Warrior 2, like when the game first came out, and I finished it, or with quotation marks finished it, I basically got to the furthest point in the game at the time. I saw him as like an evil villain, like a final villain. And from there I started developing his character as, Prince Art, who is the like evilest of evil. And from there, that's also where I got my story direction for Power Level Warrior 2, the first half of Power Level Warrior 2, um, chapters 1 through 7. And the thing about him is I always saw him as just this pure evil character who does not mind taking away the human traits or dehumanizing or whatever the word is called people. For example, Rysette. He wanted Rysette to be his wife just because she was a pretty girl. That's it. He had no other reason to make her his wife, and because she was also powerful. He's like, that's a great feat. That just makes it even better. And he basically he's very selfish, is the thing. He's just extremely selfish, and people might say, oh, you're basically just saying that's Frieza at this point. Well, no, because Frieza would kill his army. Like, Frieza doesn't mind killing his army to get what he wants. Prince Art, on the other hand, he's more tactical. He keeps his army because he knows that, if people betray him because he's a killer and they don't like that, like they could die at any moment, it leads to less, what's it called? Leads to less, I don't know, traitors, I guess. That doesn't mean that when his army fails, that he's just like, whatever, we all make mistakes. No, he still punishes them. Just, he doesn't kill them. And in some cases, the way that Prince Art punishes them is worse than killing them, because he may torture them for information. Now, this is, of course, before Rice and Rysette showed up, because they whipped his ass. They beat the shit out of Prince Art, even in his beast form. But yeah, it was also part of his beast form that made me see him more as to make him more of a villainous character. Because we all know, like, how, in folklore or whatever, I'm trying to think of it, and like those tall tales or werewolves in general, I'm trying to think of the word for it. I don't know the word for it. It's like fantasy or whatever. I don't know. But werewolves are meant to be, when you transform into a werewolf, you take most of your human traits with you, or I guess you take them away. I don't know the word for it, but basically you don't have them anymore. You're not a human anymore. You're a werewolf. You just want to kill people. That's pretty much it. That's the same with Prince Art. That's the way I saw him. Is when he's a beast, he's a beast. He's a literal beast. You don't want to mess with him, or he'll kick your ass. If you do mess with him, you better be Rice and Rysette. I'm joking, but yeah. I just saw him as that sort of villain, and he's very selfish. However, here's the thing, is, again, it's not like Frieza, where, Frieza wants to rule the entire universe, and he wants everyone to bow down to him. He basically wants to be a ruler. That's not what Prince Art wants. While Prince Art does like being a ruler, he has a bigger goal in mind. his intentions aren't evil, but the way he gets what he wants is evil. Sort of like his father. That's exactly how it is. Prince Art has inherited the traits of his father when it comes to his personality. King Mad didn't try to dehumanize Mista, and he didn't try to make Mista feel like she's in a bad spot. He was just worried for her, and he wanted her to realize that he is in command, that he is the top dog, and if you don't obey his commands, then you will be punished. Now, the reason why he threatened killing him or her and Eon when they tried to escape was because I guess this is technically a backstory for Prince Art, but I'm not really saying his backstory. I'm just sort of going over his. I'm going over his. This is still a commentary, by the way. Like, I know I'm like explaining something in depth, but still, it's still a commentary. But anyway, let's get back on track. Um, yeah, King Mad doesn't. He. How do I say this? He wanted his kingdom to thrive, and that's why he wanted Prince Art to marry Mista. But what King Mad didn't realize is he was focusing too much on Mista and the Queen and the people of Zersha believe in, which is of course Princess Mista, because her parents told the entire planet basically that she will be the ruler of the planet. When she grows up, she will be the ruler. So everyone believed them. They're like, okay. So basically, King Mad had to devote his time to making sure that he gets a part of the kingdom as well as Mista. So that's where his son steps in. But he was focusing so much on Mista and worrying about her that he never really got the grip of his son. He never really got to bond with his son or teach him things, how to do things, because he thought his son was alright. You know, he wasn't doing anything inherently wrong. And when Prince Art raped Mista, King Mad felt bad for her, but at the same time, he felt like she deserves this because I don't punish her in more severe ways. You know, she's trying to overthrow me, if that makes sense. And he says that in a way feels like rape. Well, he doesn't say that, but he's thinking that. And he says that one day she'll get over it anyway. But again, he doesn't really bond with his son because he doesn't want to. How do I say? He doesn't want his son to oppose him. And that's where his downfall is. And it's the same with Prince Art. Is he wants people to live together happily under his rule and do whatever they want under his rule. However, they, in a way, still have to obey him. But he's not like, if you do something wrong, I'll kill you. Because like I said, he doesn't even kill his own soldiers who mess up. It's just that the way he does things and the way he, tries to kill opposers and mentally do fucked up things to people, like rape them or make false promises. And that's what makes him evil, is the fact that he has to scare people like a werewolf. He has to scare people into trusting him and siding with him, because he has to use fear to get what he wants. Because that's what King Mad did as well. He used fear to get what he wanted. He would lie to people and he would intimidate them, but he didn't really mean what he said. That's the same with Prince Art. However, when Prince Art did fail, unlike his father, instead of just getting over it, he would, he would hold grudges. And that's what he did against Mirror, the person who was the first one to kill him. Or actually the second. I don't even remember my own story. And Rysette. Except he didn't really get to talk to Rysette, so I guess there's that. And of course Mista. But the reason why he forgave his brother is because he's his brother. He's someone who taught him how to do something and has been there for him, um, even though he tried to help Mista. But the thing is, Prince Art saw that, and he saw that Eon wasn't trying to do anything wrong. He's just trying to make everyone get along. But what Prince Art refuses to agree with when it comes to Prince Eon is that it's not exactly going to work out like that, and not everyone can be happy. So he has to try to instead make things worse unintentionally. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much what I was saying about Prince Art. And yeah. I just want you guys to get to know him better when you read the manga. So that you under... I'm also going to do a backstory scripts, I guess. I might do a manga in the future of them. I don't know. But I really think that the royal family backstory plays a really huge part in most of Power Level Warrior 1, 2, and 3. Or the final. Because even in 1, the royal family plays a part because they're trying to hunt down the characters that fled to Earth because they know that Earth is a quote-unquote weak planet, but they don't know about the sages. And then the sages, you know, Rice and Rice Set and Mirror, they start taking them down. King Mad doesn't like that because he doesn't want these Earthlings to get hurt, and he doesn't want them getting caught up in something that they shouldn't be caught up in, which is why he threatens to, you know, take it over. But he really wasn't going to, because even after a month, he didn't he didn't go to Earth. He didn't like say, okay, I'm gonna rule Earth now, I'm gonna take it over. No. He just wanted the sages gone because he knew that they would start something bigger and get themselves involved in something that they would regret in the future. In which he was sort of, in a way, right. Because they got involved with Ferrosil, they got involved with Rayon turning evil and all that. Because if it wasn't for Rosato trying to find Suno, because he knows about Raiset's existence and how there should be a counterpart in his universe, he wouldn't have searched for Suno. Therefore, Rayon wouldn't have gotten jealous and killed all those people because he became evil. So in a way, King Mad was right. King Mad's like an anti-hero in a way, or anti-villain. I don't know the word for it. I think it would be anti-villain. Because I think anti-hero is like someone who is trying to help people out even though he's on the bad side. Oh wait. I just explained it. So yeah, I guess King Mad's an anti-hero. Yeah. That's just basically it. It's like so crazy. And I hate how I have to explain this. I wish I could like do it more deeply in my manga. But I just wanted to talk about it more. And how like have it make more sense. Because I know that one thing I suck doing in both when talking to others and when speaking through literature or whatever, my manga, is I have trouble explaining things. I have a lot of trouble. Like, in my head, I have detailed information. It's like a freaking library. But it's like, I can't find the book. I can't find the right book to show the person at the time. It's like a cluttered mess in my mind, if that makes sense. So basically, yeah, that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to explain how Prince Art is not, well, he's evil. Really evil, as a matter of fact. But he has good intentions for people. It's just due to his nature and his bloodline. He just ends up being evil and being misunderstood. Sort of like his father. Yeah. And in a way, Prince Art is right too when talking to Mirror about Mista. You know, the thing is that Prince Art, even though it's kind of an asshole thing to be, or an asshole personality, is that he doesn't want to feed into Mista's, you know, what Mista wants. He doesn't want her to have a say-so in anything. That's what a true quote-unquote alpha is like, is, you know, they're the top dog, they don't want to be ordered around. And in a way, if Prince Art would have stayed with her, that's how it would have been. And Mista couldn't accept that. That's her personality. She can't accept being ordered around by someone who's weaker than her. She wants to be ordered around by someone who's stronger than her. Cough, Mirror, cough. No, I'm just kidding. For a little while, Mirror was actually weaker than her, but I think what made Mista like her, or I think, I'm the one who wrote this, what made Mista like Mirror is the fact that, you know, he accepted that. He accepted that, oh, Mista's stronger than me, whatever. Okay, I get it. But what's crazy is that Mista couldn't accept that with Prince Art, or no, Prince Art couldn't accept that, and he wanted to order her around instead, but she wasn't having that. And in a way, Mirror still orders Mista around, but he's more kind, he's more thoughtful about it. He's like, okay, are you sure you want me to do this? Okay. Like, that's how Mirror is. And I think that's also, like, in a way, sort of crazy. And, yeah. That's pretty much all I wanted to go over, really. Now I want to do his backstory in its own video, but he doesn't really have that big of a backstory. He's sort of similar to, like, a mix of Mista's and, Korn's, if that makes sense. Like, the way Korn was raised. Except, Korn's father bonded with Korn. King Mad didn't bond with Art. And, yeah, that's like the main thing you gotta get from it, is that, King Mad never really bonded with Korn. Or not Korn, Art. He just mainly focused on Mista. And, like, how she would turn out. And he wanted to make sure, oh, you gotta be like this towards my son. You gotta be like this towards my son. But he never said, hey, you gotta be like this towards Mista. You know, you gotta treat her like this. He never really gave him any guidelines. He just gave Mista guidelines. And that's what I think was his ultimate downfall. Is he focused on one person and not multiple. You guys are gonna read my manga now, right? I'm just joking. But yeah, I just wanted to explain my story a lot more, because I know it's kind of confusing for some people. I just wanted to get the royal family story all sorted. I kind of want to talk about, like, the Rice and Ricette relationship storyline now, but at the same time I can't, because this video is probably long as it is. I mean, I think I started this video as, like, level 175 or 1175. And now I'm 1191, so, yeah. I just wanted to do something while leveling him up. And I wanted you guys to have a little more insight as to how I do the manga and what my intentions are for it. And I didn't just kill off Mad and Art for no reason. Because there's still another member of the royal family who you have to consider, who is Eon. And even Mista, technically. But they will go over a lot of things concerning Art and Mirror as the story progresses. Not Art and Mirror, sorry, Art and Mad. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that may be. Goodbye.